Well, once again, it's around midnight. I've just decided to sit on the floor. I've never sat in this corner of a room on the floor, just beside the window. And I decided this could be a great spot for me to record something for today. Just because for the whole day, I've had something on my mind, and I've wanted to journal about it, and I wanted to audio journal about it, like just put it out somewhere. But I thought, probably making video probably is the best way, because I've said that I'll try to basically journal here. And here I am, a couple of hours later, several hours later. Sorry. I think, I don't know why, maybe it's the fact that I haven't really been getting outside recently. Although I've been walking, I've been doing some exercising every now and then, skipping and jogging and just walking. But I don't know, I feel that like there's something. It's probably just from the fact that I haven't been out, that I've been mostly stationary, mostly sitting for most of the day, and your bodies respond and your minds respond to the fact that you're sitting and you're inside all day. You don't see the sky, you don't see the sun, you don't see the sunrise, you don't see the sunset, everything like that. I think that it is pure, like, logical response from your body, is that it makes you kind of depressed, it makes you kind of anxious, it makes you kind of tired and exhausted. Because if you're sitting, if you're laying down all day long, well, think about what it was like to lay down all day long, like a couple of millennia ago. It probably meant that you were sick, it probably meant that you were injured, there was something wrong with you, and you probably were like dead or something. If you were, but I don't know what were like ancient people doing all day long. Like, I mean, not even ancient, I mean cave people, what they were doing. I guess they were hunting, gathering for a couple of hours a day, and then, yeah. But I mean, there were communication, they were outside, there were nature, there were freaking, I don't know, animals to be aware of, and something to do, or at least there was something to observe, something to just to see all the time. And your mind were free, your mind was probably free to just wander and imagine things, create stories and whatnot. But now, not only we are inside and sitting and laying down all the time, but we're also using these things, those aluminum screens and bricks, just to freaking escape what? Escape, like, this is this vicious circle of you getting depressed because you're inside all the time and you don't know what to do, and you don't go outside because you're depressed. And then, in order to kind of cope with this feeling of depression, you go on your phone and you doom scroll for several hours a day. And because you doom scroll for several hours a day, you're inside for several hours a day, and you don't see nothing but your screen all day long. And it is this just circle of it is just a prison. It's worse than a prison. In prison, you're at least, you have to go outside and you have to exercise, you have to read books because there's nothing else or whatever. But what we do, it is even worse than a prison. Of course, we're not committing any crimes, but I mean, it's basically you're committing crime against yourself by abandoning, just basically abandoning, but leaving your body out there in a room while you just, being while you are just freaking sucked inside this virtual nothingness, emptiness, and this black hole of more anxiety and more depression. And the feeling I have right now, and I think every other negative, like, not only feeling, but whenever you feel less than happy, you know, I think the only solution, the best solution that you can do, although it's quite problematic nowadays because we are living in cities, but gladly there are like parks, I guess, and something like that. Most of us probably have bikes, but I mean, you don't really need a bike or anything like that to go outside. Just go and move your body for, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, for maybe an hour or so. Just walk in the direction of some trees, you know, in the direction of some ponds and water, and maybe some birds and animals, I don't know. Just go and see, just go and freaking, I don't know, go and see, like, let your eyes observe, let your brain analyze the natural stuff, you know, the animals, the landscapes, the skies, and because what your brain analyzes all day long these days is freaking, it's extremely artificial, and you know, it's just this, as I've said, nothing. You're just basically doing shallow work. Your brain just, you're wasting your brain energy for nothing, and not only for nothing, but for making yourself feel worse. And I was initially about to talk about the fact that having free will sucks. I think that will be the title, but I mean, and honestly it is, because you have to struggle through making a decision, and you have to, you know, not only you probably have a free will, but as a you it sucks because you're you know, how to put it, you are the one who gets it away from yourself. You are the one who gets rid of it. You're the one that, you know, you put it on a like a carrot on a stick, you know, in front of a donkey. You think like it is a thing, but through numbing yourself with phones and screens and whatnot, it basically disappears. But the fact is, it actually is a thing, but it's not a carrot on a stick. It's just this, you know, you're actually free to go, you know. But as I'm saying, we are putting ourselves in prison cells, just physically and mentally and spiritually. And it kind of sucks to then have to make a decision, to then have a decision to make, like, you know, any decision. You kind of want to do this, and you kind of want to try this, but there are like obstacles, and there are like frames, and there are like, I don't even know, borders. There are things that just limit how you can act and what you can do, and, you know, things that are bigger than you. That's from like from one point of view, but from the other, there are no borders. There's no nothing, you know. There's nothing that can actually stop you, because you're free. You're just a living creature, you know. Cats and dogs and foxes and wolves and whatnot, bears, like any other animal, they are only doing what they want to do, you know. They want to eat, they go eat. Yeah, they kind of have to eat, they kind of need to eat to survive. But they just want to live, and that in this, you know, desire to live, to carry on living, they do everything else. They eat, they drink, they hunt, they play. Even animals play. They just chill, you know, looking around like we used to do, I guess. And yeah, there's nothing worrying them if they're well fed, you know. Even lions, you know, we probably think about lions as those freaking freaks of nature, you know, hunters and big cats and whatnot, but they're cats. You know, when they have something to eat and they like eat, they eat like the whole pack of lions. You know, the family of lions, they eat this, I don't know, deer or whatever. They eat it and they just lie around all day long under the shade of a tree, because there's basically a desert or like whatever around them. And you know, they kind of only do what they want to do. There's nothing like governing them or whatever. But we have those. First of all, we have walls, physical walls surrounding us, and again, those are our prison cells. And then we have virtual walls of just, it's not even walls, it's just cells we put ourselves in, as I'm saying, through mindless consumption and just overstimulating, over making our brain overwork for nothing. And honestly, making decision, you know, as I'm trying to say, having a decision to make, it really sucks. Because, as I'm saying, I personally kind of want to just go free roam mode, you know, go freaking game mode 1, go just hermit, I don't know, just wandering, just this lifestyle of just beach bum. I don't know if you've seen this movie. It's not the greatest movie, but I mean, just having fun, basically, not worrying, not thinking, not taking anything seriously, just writing my silly poems, you know, having drinks, smoking, just stuff like that. I kind of want to try it out. Just this, not mindless consumption, but through consumption of of basically drugs. It doesn't sound great, but I mean, go just mindless production, you know, not mindless in terms of stupid, but in terms of just free and constant, and just putting something out, just putting lines and rhymes on paper and whatnot, just writing stories. Recently there was this, I think it was like yesterday or the day before yesterday, me and my friends, we just met up, and at random time during night, this guy just started to, you know, kind of create this. There was this ambient, kind of medieval ambient playing, D&D like ambient playing, and he started to, you know, telling a story of, he's actually a D&D master, or holder, or like master, I think is the right way to say it. He leads games, he creates stories, and he lets other people, you know, be a part of those stories, be a part of those worlds. And I was listening to him, and we were sitting around the table, and we all started to, you know, create our characters, just all of a sudden, just imagining who we could be, just all those fictional fantastical creatures, and it was fun. It only took us like 10 minutes or so. At one point I had to go out and meet the other friend, and then we came back, and like I was listening to them. There was already something happening when I was gone for like a minute or so. Someone was killed, some random person kind of got into this tavern, into this pub, and got sucked into this slime-like creature who was one of our friends. And I just want to do this, but constantly just create, basically, as I'm saying, mindless production instead of mindless consumption. I just want to escape not into the inside of a phone, inside of this device or whatever, but I want to escape into outside. Not only into outside, but into something I have created, whether it's a story, whether it's like, whatever it could be, an artwork, a game, tabletop, some rules, whatever. And then, of course, by escaping outside, I mean literally outside. Just freaking camp. I have a tent. I have a big backpack, like 100 liter or like 80 liters, 90 liters backpack. This camping, hiking backpack. I have a sleeping bag. I basically kind of have everything. I even have this sort of stove, gas stove. I kind of have things to pack and to go out there and not come back into town for like several days or like maybe even more. And I have this thing in mind, to be honest, like to maybe go and do this, like starting 1st of July or something, when university is going to end in terms of exams and whatnot. I just want to go free roam, just try it out, just no rules, no nothing, just go and explore, this area I have, the nature we have. I don't know. But I kind of want to not have those limits in terms of time limits, because now summer is only, basically I'll have 2 months left until September, and then the studying will start again. But I don't want to have any sort of limits or whatever. I just want to go and not even think about time, not even think about the time of the day and the date it is today or whatever. I just want to go and wander. I have this in the description, this word. I think it's a fake word, I don't know, but I think it's a name of some sort of a band, but maybe it's a real word, it's some sort of slang, maybe it's an old word. I don't really know how to pronounce it properly, but I think it's Codewampling. And it's kind of, wandering with a goal that is yet to be discovered or something like that. Wandering aimlessly with a goal in mind that is not discovered yet, something like that. Just basically, yeah. And I want that. I don't want to then come back and let's carry on living the life everybody lives, let's carry on studying, let's carry on getting higher education, and then maybe working, and then starting a family. I mean, I'm in this serious, happy relationships that I've had. This is my first relationships, and I've had this person in my life, my lady, for 3 years, for around 3 years now, I guess, yeah. And I'm happy. Like, love is great. that there is something just attracting me, something that's sort of call of the wild, I don't know, call of just, let me kill this mosquito. It left a smudge on my curtain, whatever. Yeah, and in that terms, having to decide whether I want to stay, I know I kind of, as I'm saying, I know I can try it. I can have this July, let's say July will be a month where I will be just out there, no money, no nothing, no plan, just wandering, and I can try it out. I think a month would be a plenty of time to think, to contemplate, to consider whether or not it sounds scary, but I mean, whether or not I want to to leave. I don't mean that's another topic. I think I will make a separate video on this kind of whether or not to leave or not to leave. That is the question, But I don't mean it in a dark way. I mean whether or not I want to live the life that I have right now, or whether I just want to just go extremely outside of the comfort zone of whatever, of whether I want to burn the bridges or not. Basically, that's it. And as I'm saying, I kind of don't. Like, I want to have the friends I have right now. I want to have, my girlfriend, and my fiance. Eventually, she'll probably be my wife. I want to have all of that. I want to have my family. But I have this urge. To just go out there and with no plan, with no warning or anything like that. Just a couple of notebooks, I guess, pens, some, I guess, an ebook. I have an ebook, and it basically is kind of immortal in terms of battery life. And I don't know about food, about water, but I mean, I could just go around, the familiar countryside or whatever. There certainly should be a map that shows like drinking water, where there could be drinking water, and then of course I can go and to any shop, or I can go to outside of town where my have some sort of spawn point or whatever, where my grandparents live, and then leave from them, and then come back. Maybe I should try just like that, just living for a day, coming back at night. I don't know, man. It just kind of sucks to actually have to decide. But I mean, I just have to try. I guess that's the only thing I have to do now. I have to finish what I'm not finish, but I mean pause what I'm doing right now. I would be really, really glad to have an opportunity to take a gap year, or how do you call it? To take a gap year in terms of, take a year to work, to find out whatever, earn some money, just these simple physical jobs. And I don't know, man, it's kind of tough to the toughest thing is pretending. I mean, it doesn't take any energy, but I mean, it takes away life, I guess. You're just pretending that, yeah, I'm doing all right, I'm doing what everybody else is doing, and, it suits me, and you're just moving on with, and then you can kind of do this until the end of your life for freaking, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 years, whatever. But then I guess it's better to not have this sort of life. And this is the point. When I'm like, again, this vicious circle of me being in the environment of my own home and of just the city itself, me being inside and having screwed up sleep schedule, and sometimes I just don't even sleep. I don't know whether I'm gonna sleep tonight, because to be honest, I just don't feel like sleeping. I don't know. It seems easier for me to not sleep than to wake up early. That's just purely because of fucked up sleep schedule. And but I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's just what's on my mind, and that's what I wanted to. That's what I would have recorded just on my voice memo app or whatever on my phone and leave it there. But I mean, yeah, I guess it's a problem, and I guess if it's a problem, there should be a solution. And I guess the solution is to go outside. Like, it is that simple. And maybe go outside, not for a couple of hours, but not even for a couple of minutes. But I mean, this should be enough to start with. Just go outside and just jog. Just, there's other thing. Let me say it to finish off this video. No, I think I'm not gonna say it, but I mean, go and play. Go and be like pretend, but in this kind of, not how to say, remember what you were doing as a child. Remember the games you were playing outside as a child, and just, when I was a child, I used to not really like to go outside during summer, because I have my computer. I still have my computer, but I mean, I guess it's the same reason why I'm not really going outside. But I mean, anyway, I used to cycle around my area, and I used to imagine like I'm in this Sonic Racer game, like I'm in this Mario Kart game. I used to think that I was picking up all those power-ups and speeding up or slowing down for a moment, imagining I have these laps to go, just this sort of things. Just, again, you can do the same thing with just jogging or with just walking, and you can even just walk and try to meditate, just walk and try to observe the things around you, not to think about anything. I mean, that's the point. Just be. That's basically the point. Go and try to be. Go and try to be, not try to freaking escape from whatever you're trying to escape from. Not trying to do, not try to do anything. Be human being, not a human doer. I think this is some comment, or like, I don't know, there's this video that got really popular quite recently. Just Exist, Bro, I think is the title. That's yeah, just be. Just go out there and try to be for a while. Whatever time it will take for you to come up with something that you want to do just out of being. So yeah, another 30-minute video. So I hope there's someone out there who's watching them, but I mean, That's just, as I'm saying, this is just me journaling basically. Yeah, I hope it helps someone. The advice I can give, the only advice I can give that is valuable in any way, is just go outside and be, man. Go outside and be. So let it be it. Thank you. If you're here, thank you. God bless you, and I see you soon. Everything is going to be alright, man. That is for sure. Everything is gonna patch up, and it's going to be alright. Just go out there and be while there's sun outside. Use the sun. Take care, man.